boiling water in the background, making another cup of tea. And so, a little interesting fact here. So, I have one of those water things, you plug it in. Most people who drink tea, I think, have them. It's instead of using the stove, you just plug it in. It has a little button, you push it, and so it heats the water up in it. And when I was on the faucet water, it constantly, like you'd have to put CLR, you'd have to use chemicals. I was using vinegar, and you'd put it in and swish it around in order to get it back to being clean because of all the junk that's in the water. Now I've been using the stream water. It's freaking clean. There's nothing in it. Oh my God. How much shit is in our, man, the amount of toxins that they get into our body and that we don't even know how they're affecting us. So, I mean, well, we can see how they're affecting us. I mean, people are sick as fuck. People are dying. People are overweight. Their organs are shutting down. Like it's just some bullshit. But, that's just our wake-up call. It's all of this stuff is our wake-up call. Everything happening. And so this is, speaking of wake-up calls, these are my wake-up calls. So I wrote them down, too, so that I wouldn't, so I could try and be more organized today. So I had ordered a food box, especially being out rural, that, it's a pain in the ass to run into town. Like, it's way different. You don't just, oh, I don't have an onion. Well, I got to run to town and get an onion. You just start going like, fuck that. I'm going to drive an hour and a half to go get a damn onion. So you just start, reducing, like you become more resilient. And like I said, when all this stuff started happening and I started seeing what they were going to do about our resources and the manipulation and stuff going on, then, and I started thinking, well, we got to figure out other ways to get food. I thought I could handle this. It's getting really heavy. I put it up to wash my face. And sometimes it's up and it's nice and tight and not falling. I'll leave it up. Sometimes it's so freaking heavy. It's like 10 pounds, especially last night I slept weird on my pillow. I need to get a new pillow or something. Anyways, won't go on that. Okay, so the food box. So I decided I'm going to order a food box. And then, I'll start having my food delivered. And then I don't need to go to the store because I was just ordering it online anyways and going and picking food up. Like, I don't want to go in the store. It's not because I'm scared of getting sick. I mean, that was always there. I worked in a damn hospital. It's not that. It is just, everyone's just crazy. I just can't go out there. People just look sick and desperate and scared and judgy. It's like, it's just not that atmosphere, that you want to go out into. Like you reach for something and somebody's like, like you've got germs. So it's like, dude, we've all always had germs. It's not new. They've just got you focused on them. That's how they create phobias. So, anyway, so this food box thing, I ordered that and I think, oh, well, that's what I'll do. So I ordered it and it was supposed to be here Wednesday. And it's got all these fresh vegetables and seafood. I was supposed to be here Wednesday by FedEx. FedEx used to, before the big snowstorm hit, then it was our most punctual delivery system. I mean, you could order something and it would just be here the next day if it came FedEx. UPS will do that some with the Amazon stuff, but other things, like if you order something from Target or something like that, would take longer. Anyways, FedEx used to be really, reliable. So I started messaging the people. I was like, is my food going to get here rotten? What the hell? Is that your only people you use as FedEx? Because something's going on with FedEx out here. They're not delivering, it's just weird. Like I got something the other day, it was said it was going to be there on a day, and then it came 3 days later by special delivery. And the thing is I keep getting these FedEx notifications, right? That says, FedEx is having a problem because of storms. Well, all my stuff keeps showing it's stuck in Burlington. It's a freaking hour from here. It's like right down close to Seattle. Bullshit. There's no snowstorm that's holding my shit up. My shit is stuck down there because something is going on with FedEx. If it's being on purpose that they're doing this, especially when you know a food box, it says perishable all over it. You'd think that when they are bringing food boxes, they'd have them like in the special delivery place. Like, this could go rotten. It was a lot different than a tricycle that's being delivered. It's like, what? And they gave me my money back and all this credit, so I would do it again. So I did another order. So, I'm going to try it again. But, and also now I'm down to emergency food again. But I did find this nice little bean mix. It's like one of those bean soups, got a whole bunch of different beans. So I started soaking them last night and I'm slow cooking them today. And I was looking forward to those. So, anyways, it's important to have your fucking emergency food when you don't have, you're waiting on groceries. Like, I was planning on eating that seafood. I got I got some tuna, some salmon, some Australian tuna, I think Alaskan salmon, and Gulf shrimp. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have such a good dinner. I'm not even going to eat it all at the same time. But I was going to have some seafood and some salad, fresh vegetables. Wednesday night, Thursday night, last night, what was yesterday? Friday. Yeah, because last night is where I was like, oh, I'll just make a grilled cheese. I don't know. And now it's like, so the manipulation and stuff that they're doing with our food is, when I moved here, I already had known that this food, I knew there was going to be something going on with the food. I didn't know the whole thing because, like I said, I didn't realize how manipulated we were being then. I didn't realize how fake this world was when I moved here. And I wanted to get more like off-grid, more out of the city. And, it was all I could afford. So, being in Bellingham is like super, super expensive. It's right on the ocean. So, I'm 30 miles out up towards the mountains, like going up to Mount Baker. So I've got the perfect place for vacation home. That's why these were vacation homes for Canadians, because it's a great place. And but it's a bit out of town like that. And the what was I gonna say? It was about the food boxes and the delivery. Oh, they're trying to, I think too, what they're trying to do is make it so uncomfortable for us out here to herd us more into the city, because that's where they want to keep us all, because that's when they're going to do their smart city, where they can spy on us in every room. It's so creepy. And we're all just like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Let's go for the smart city. We want you to be in our every day, every minute of our life, and then just come in your house. Oh, you're not allowed to eat green beans anymore. We have a green bean shortage. Just bust in, arrest you. This world. But when I moved out here, I thought I would be like growing my own food. And so I planted all these gardens and stuff. And then I found out, the pine trees make the soil acidic. And then an hour of sun a day is not going to do the trick, especially when you don't even get the real sun. Fuck, my houseplants are got all these artificial lights in trying to save my houseplants. It used to, the sun would come over us. Now, I don't know where the hell we are. I don't know what the hell's going on. The sun's way over there, and it's not even the sun. It's that big silver disc thing. And so I couldn't grow food, so I started looking, and I found, the little small farmer, and she wanted to do more co-oping and stuff. And I think we're going to be moving so much more into that. But I already had it on my mind about these other ways of the food things. And then when they started doing the whole toilet paper shortage, that was so on purpose to get everybody panicked. No, there's not enough. What are we going to do? like people have always depended on toilet paper to wipe their ass. Like, come on. So Charmin's always been there. Charmin's always been there for the people way back in the, this corporate bullshit wants us to believe that that's the only way forward through us. Fuck off. And so being focused on like knowing something's up with the food. We got to start thinking differently about food. And it started, changing my whole relationship of how I was looking at food. And, that's why I talk about, starting to realize about energy and about food and fueling my body. And, even when I was trying to be more healthy, it got taken into, I had an eating disorder. And then I believed it. It was like, well, everybody's telling me I have one. I guess I do. And then I did. It pushed me into one, And when all along I just knew how my body needed to eat. It's my own body. I know how I need to eat. I know if I'm uncomfortable having too much cushion, if it makes my back hurt, makes my knees hurt, makes my stomach hurt, or whatever, that's my body telling me, hey, you don't need that extra. You're good. So, but some people, they need it. I mean, some people don't want to be like me and sit on a bony butt. But if I don't sit on a bony butt, then I have this gut that sticks out and it's very uncomfortable. So, we got to tune into what our body is telling us, what our body needs. And then we got to really start understanding about energy and food sources and manipulation and, taking care of ourselves. So, the food box now, like, I don't know, it's going to come. So I had to set it. I was doing everything, trying to go into FedEx, like, and ask, where's my box? Where's my box? And they said, oh, go onto this page, fill out this paper, do this, do that. So, you're jumping through their fucking hoops. You finally get there. So this morning I finally got a text. It's going to be delivered on Monday. So almost a week after it was sent, it's going to be delivered. Like, how long do those little ice things last when they ship like fresh food? They put those little ice pack things. If you've ever done one of those food boxes where they send you the food and then you cook it up. This one is this is Misfit Market. It's different. Like, you buy the food like at a grocery store, and but I've done the box food, and so I know what they're talking about when it comes in the little cooler kind of things. It comes like it's coming in a cooler. And then it's in a box, but I don't know. I can't imagine that this food I imagine I'm gonna get this box. It is like stuff leaking out of it, all gross and smelly on Monday. It's just, oh my gosh. And that was my groceries. So yeah, I'm back to my emergency food. I could go and, I probably will end up having to go to the store. But it also, it's just like, fuck, I can eat some goddamn beans and rice. I'll be fine. Because it's like, oh, what a pain. If it's, I don't know. I'm just like one of those people, like, if I've got a lot of stuff to do, then get excited, go get ready and, go out. And that's my day to go do that. But to be pushed to be like, oh, you've already gone and done that. Now it's like, oh, now you don't have any food. What are you going to do? But I got creamer and I got tea, so I'm good. And I got stuff I'm going to make. I think I'm going to make some biscotti or something like that. I'm really noticing. Before I was buying potato bread, because there's a lot of stuff with what they put in bread and the flour. With the flour and the sugars and the wheat and stuff is really, really bad for us. And here we are just, wow, they said to eat 3 times a day. It's like, oh, my body is dying, but I need more. So mental. Oh, God. But we all were, this is our wake-up call. Everything is our wake-up call. So what I wanted to say, too, I got to look at my little list. Hold on. I read it. My daughter, she said, well, you have that little whiteboard thing. Why don't you just write your subjects so that you don't skip around so much? But it's hard because I just skip around. That's how I talk. Let's see. Yeah, they want to, so what I was going to say too, because about the food thing. We got to be looking at food differently and energy and stuff differently and how we take care of ourselves and stuff. That's all part of this whole, revamping the humanity kind of situation. But also, and I've talked about this before, but since I'm talking about the food and stuff again, I just want to say that I feel there's going to be a lot of grower incentive programs and stuff. I feel like they're going to want to promote small farms. So if you're like really interested in growing and, being a community provider and being a part of that, it's not going to be like this. I don't think it's going to be the same with, shipping stuff around as far. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be more into buying locally grown and organically grown, healthy stuff. We really want to get away from the toxins. I think everybody is sick of being poisoned at this point. We're fucking done with poison. So I think that there's going to be a lot of, if you have interest in that kind of thing, there's going to be, I feel they're going to for sure give away property and stuff like they did with the homesteading, to get people to spread out from the cities and get us to go and build communities all over the place. I mean, you can build a community everywhere. Look at Las Vegas. So, we can build communities anywhere. They want to keep telling us there's no room. There's no room. Bullshit. There's plenty of room and there's plenty of resources. We're just not using the space. You're trapping us in one room saying there's no room in the rest of the house and it's a damn ass mansion. So, I think there's going to be a lot of incentive programs to get people to move out and start developing communities and stuff. But I think there's going to be a lot of growers incentives for, so if people are interested in participating in any way of, feeding America, feeding communities and stuff like that, there's going to be a lot of room for growth there. It's going to be a great place if you really want to, open yourself up to, fortune. I mean, really, because all of the money and everything was always being funneled to them, and now we are going to get the experience, that we get to be the fortunate ones. We get to see, like, what is our ethical, moral fiber when we have money? Do we turn into controlling, baby eating little motherfuckers? So, or do we stay true, to ourselves and to our spirit? Because that is, what Age of Aquarius is all about. And, I don't know. I mean, how it all plays out, what the next cycle is after that, probably as they go back to being, hurting each other. Hopefully not. Hopefully, it's going to continue. If it goes up in dimension, really, it couldn't go back down. It would have to continue to go up. So yeah, that would be that we're just, there won't be any going back. It would only be going forward, because we're breaking free from this. A graduation. It's a graduation from this experience cycle. So yeah, we wouldn't go back to being other, having to relearn the stuff we already learned. We already learned it. We graduate, we go forward, and then we learn new stuff. So whatever the next stage would be, I don't know. There would have some lessons involved with it. And it would be different lessons than the Age of Aquarius. The Age of Aquarius is going to be good for people, for humanity. So I do think there's going to be grower incentives and all sorts of homesteading stuff, builders, people who have real skills, who know how to do building and development. There's just going to be so much of developing the communities that we want. So people have skills that, were being undervalued or used by businesses and stuff. And now this is your opportunity to use your skills to benefit you and your family, or, whoever, you're participating in this life with. So, and it, it is all about us building our own infrastructure and how we will, and I think there will be, what is that called? God, the word's so stuck. When people sell things from their country and then we bring stuff in from other countries, I can't think of what that's called. I think that will still, we'll still sell things to people, but it's not going to be in mass. It's not going to be on a corporate level like that. It'd be like, I make pottery and I hand paint it, and so then I sell it online, or maybe through a third party person who helps bring artisans together or something, and then it gets shipped to other places. It's not going to be like this dollar store life anymore. It's going to be a lot more quality, a lot more it's going to be a lot more just developed, and it's just going to be, it's going to be so different from what we're used to, and it's time for people to really be able to blossom. Everybody has been, they've been watering the garden with poison. Now when they take away the poison, all of these beautiful blossoms are going to come out of the dirt that was, they were trying to repress us. And oh, speaking of repression too, so anybody who has watched my older videos or whatever, and I talk about being taken down off Twitter and being taken down off TikTok, and the first time that they gave me the community guidelines and stuff, and they're striking me for talking about healing and spiritual stuff and alien stuff and technology and disclosure. That's the stuff that I'm, about healing and stuff, and understanding this world on this other thing. So they don't want that stuff out there. They don't want the truthers of the world to be talking. They don't want us to be spreading the word or communicating with one another or anything like that. And so, they had already taken me down before. And then they, when they let me have, well, because the Secret Service came here and stuff, and they were investigating me. I already knew I was tagged or whatever. And so then when I started doing this channel, and it was being so repressed, then I knew that it's kind of like watching the algorithm, watching how they manipulate the system. So it's kind of like as an observer, watching what they're doing. And, I think they kind of had my stuff kind of in a closet. Like you'd have to really look for it. Like there would be people who would go and look for me and they couldn't find me. So they kind of hide people that they don't want to get the information out there. So they kind of repress people in their platform, right? And then I had seen where people who had really popular platforms, that they were talking about that they take away their followers at night, that they take away their views and all of that kind of stuff. So I started paying attention to that because I knew that they were doing that. And so I started paying attention. And then when, when more people started finding me, because the more people who come and find me, then they watch the videos, which puts the videos out there more somehow with the algorithm, so more people can see them. So they were trying to repress it, but the universe said, we want the truth out there. The truth is coming forth. And so they put their own action into it, and make sure that people can find it. But anyways, YouTube is, last night they went in and swept out people of the following, and they went and took away a bunch of views and stuff. So they're starting that stuff too already. So anyways, if you are trying to follow and stuff, you'll have to probably go in and check again. I think another thing they do, because this is how insidious this is, like we're in Big Brother and we don't even realize it, or we have been for a long time. They want us in the smart cities, but they want us to agree to this. Right now, they're watching us through our TVs and shit, creepy ass shit, listening to us through our, what is that thing called, that girl that you can talk to her and ask her things, and I can't think of what her name is. It's not Sirius, right? Because that isn't I don't remember all these computer girl names. But anyways, they're listening to us and watching us. Like when I said, when I got that dog watch thing, like a nanny cam for the dogs, and I'd be sitting here watching TV, and it would just turn on and start watching me. I was like, what the fuck is this thing doing? And so now it faces out the window. It can still listen to me, but, can't watch me anymore. It's fucking creepy shit. But they've been doing it, the whole time. We just didn't realize it. And about all the face recognition, we're jumping right in. Yeah, recognize my face. And that's partly what these things were, to see how much of our faces could be recognized by their machinery and stuff. They're so creepy. So anyways, while they're doing this stuff, you might have to go back in and look and see, if they are knocking you off. Because I think especially, if they're watching us all. So say you go in and maybe you have a channel about some of the same stuff that I talk about, or, spiritual. There's certain ones they really don't. The spiritual ones, the healing ones, disclosure ones, all the truther stuff, they are repressing, So, and that's why, they were taking down all those channels that while back, because those people were telling stuff that the news was not telling. The news was repressing information, and they were telling it, and they just swept those channels away. And, anything about healing and spiritual stuff. So, it's like you have to fly under the radar, kind of. And then it started getting attention, because I was getting a lot of views and stuff. And, that's not what they want. And I don't know. I mean, they could freaking just knock my whole channel down today. Like, they've done it to me a couple times. So anything could be expected. They, even on TikTok, like if you start doing well, you start getting following and stuff, they're, oh yeah, come on, come into the business. And if you go out and you do just mindless videos, they'll promote the shit out of you. They'll have you on every single thing, because they want us to just stay distracted. So they want us to just stay, entertained by mindless bullshit. They'll promote that and move those people forward. Sorry, Jim, it's true. So, that they want us to be mindless. They don't want us to think for ourselves. They want us to be distracted. They want us to be hypnotized. That's why they try and get us dependent on all of this technology, so that, we rely on the phone to tell us our directions. So we don't even know how to get to places without our phone. Like, most of us don't even know phone numbers anymore. Fuck, when I was younger, I knew everybody's phone number. I knew all of and I had a lot of, when I was a, shopaholic, workaholic, I had a lot of credit cards. And I knew all their numbers. I knew all of that stuff. But back in the day, I knew everybody's phone number. Now, I don't know anybody's phone number. They're shutting our minds off. All they want is our energy. And they like our energy in a stressed position, because that is the trade between the ones feeding off our energy. There's beings around us all over the place feeding off our energy. I told you, it's like a feeding frenzy. Anytime you get all worked up, it's like, keep yourself calm. Keep yourself calm. You got a feeding frenzy happening around you. So, that's part of their thing. They want us to be just mindless nitwits. They're creating idiocracy. They're shutting our fucking brains off, and they're making people distant from their soul. It's the total consumerism of our energy. They're creating us to be consumers while they're consuming us. But, as an energetic being, you have to feel it. You have to go like, oh, fuck, dude, you're my fucking energy. Get the hell off me. And that's what is waking people up. It is when it starts to affect you. When they're up in your fucking business, you fucking notice. So, and they've pushed into my business plenty of times. I mean, I've said before, I came on here, I was gonna, whistleblower on the medical community, and it's shocking. Yeah, I'm shocked that, it's gonna definitely draw attention now. They're gonna be a lot for more people to be watching. The good news is I believe we're just so close. My mom texts me every night, oh my God, this is going on. This cannot keep going much longer. This is too crazy. And I'm like, it's not going to go on much longer. Yeah, it can't go on much longer. This is it. We are, however slow they're dragging their nails on the ground as they're getting thrown into the fucking volcano, because that's what they're doing energetically. They know where they're headed. They know that there's no place good for them. I mean, they don't even want them on this planet anymore. I heard they're shooting their bodies in 2 different parts out into space. Like, get these motherfuckers out of here. We don't want them here. And I find that so interesting. But yeah, energetically, when you start feeling them up in your business, and I mean, they made themselves so clear in my life so much, and I, that was a actual benefit now that when I got the brain injury, because it put me in a position to have to heal myself, because I was just treading water like the rest of everybody. I was just part of the system. Like I said, I was upset and disappointed when I got kicked out of it. This dog eat dog rat race of a world. Yeah, and I was all like, oh, so sad. Oh, I'm rejected. Nobody wants me. I've got a brain injury. Oh, I'm so stupid now. I'm crazy. And you got to pick yourself up out of that. You either go in that energy, or you're going to go in the other energy. And like I've said before, I mean, with giving gratitude, yeah, you can see like, okay, there's some bullshit going on. But am I going to focus on that and put all my energy in that? Or am I going to look at it like, oh, yeah, but this is a good thing. Oh, this is a good thing. And there's a lot of good things happening. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that seems like, if you're going to focus on that, a lot of bad things. But these are a lot of good things. I mean, systems that have been draining us of our energy, systems that have kept us enslaved, using our time, and, systems that have been killing our family members. So, there's a lot of positive stuff happening, a lot of really positive stuff, and we are going to be headed to such an exciting time. So, that's why I say work on your skills, developing you, because you are what you're going to be marketing in this new world. It's your skills. You don't have to go out and work at 7-Eleven anymore, or, whatever, these little jobs that they throw us, these little bones and stuff. Now it's going to be you promote you. You go out and show the world who you are. And this is what all of this time period is for, you to figure out who you are, figure out, your dark side, accept yourself, heal those parts of you. And then you start developing who you really are, because we've all played some nasty parts in this world, and we got to, heal them and let them go. And focus on moving forward in the positive, in this wonderful world that we're going to create together, because we want to have brains, and we want to use them, and we want to take care of ourselves, and we want to develop ourselves. We don't want to be mindless droids sitting here having our energy drained and, sick feeling all the time, and on these medications, and our bodies destructing, and then feeling guilty that we feel sick, and it's just like, So we're headed for good times. I'm about to start this movie. I have been so fucking enjoying those guys' channel. God, it just brings me back to the days of watching that kind of stuff. And I love that they come in and they tell you about the actors and personal things and things that happened on the movie set. And man, the one movie, The Omen, it had a lot of creepy stuff that happened to people. Oh my God. So I'm, and another thing too that's funny is because, some of the stuff in the 70s is super gory, but it's so fake. The blood and stuff is so fake. It's not gross, I mean, they moved us into, we're going to graphically watch someone slow motion get their head chopped off and their guts splattered everywhere. They just terrorize us. Like they want to. And when you realize like all of that stuff has been on purpose because of who owns the studios. And think about this too, is, they're making the movies, and they're deciding what our entertainment is, and they're putting their programming and indoctrination in all of the programs. So then, you've got all these little creators out here, and they're making movies, and they're going and, like all of the independents. Even to make an independent film, you had to jump into their, dirty pool. But just think of all the people out there who have been making small films, and you can't just go down to the movie theater and say, hey, can I get a slot? I'd like to show my film and have people come and stuff like that. You can't do that. They have complete control over our information, and they repress us so that we can't share information. They're doing it right now with censorship. And they are, they've repressed us for a long time. They've held us back. And just like the blue bloods and the old money, new money, is they see themselves as being the ancient ancestral family that runs this world, and the rest of us are all the smegma or whatever. We're not worthy. Our only purpose is to funnel energy and money towards them. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna go watch this other show. It's called the Changeling, and I think it's George C. Scott. Plus, I love seeing these old actors, and there is so much disclosure stuff. Especially a lot of their stuff is all supernatural, and there's so much stuff that is out there that is true that people think isn't true because it's in a movie, but it really is true, and it's all just so manipulated. But that movie, The Changeling, is supposed to be a true story, a guy's true story. So I'm excited to go and watch it. I remember I watched it a long time ago, but it's weird because anything I've watched a long time ago, like you just see it so different, especially if you saw it as a kid and then you see it, you just see stuff so differently. And so I'm gonna watch that. So I might come back and talk about whatever, if that story seems very significant. But anyways, just focus on you, and just stay in that place of gratitude, and just everything that's happening, try and find something positive to focus on, because everything that happens, there has a bad side and a good side. There's not just bad sides to every bad thing that happens. There's the other side to it. There's a good side. There's a side when it flips over. So focus on that side. Just because it's on the underneath, they want to keep it in the underneath, but focus on that, and we bring it to the surface. And then that is how we move energetically. Our whole collective is to start looking at the positive, just like, how beautiful with the stuff going on in Canada and stuff. And that is, we turn things around. We turn it around. We are collapsing their system. We're collapsing it because we're looking at it and we're seeing it, and we're seeing it how it's really nasty. And most of us can't even believe we ever participated. So anyways, but it's part of the process. We're headed for good times. Focus on you and really think about, what is it you want to bring to the table in this new world, because it's going to be wide open for everybody. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.